Good day, guys. Today I want to discuss with you guys how to stay successfully married with an African man, in my own case a Nigerian man, an Igbo man. So it gets some certain things you need to understand if you decide to be in a relationship or marriage with an African man. The most important thing is to understand where your husband or boyfriend come from. If you don't have interest in where your husband or boyfriend is coming from because you think, say, he is in Europe, and as he's in Europe, you have to live through our culture and understand our own, you are very wrong, because an African man can never forget his roots and can never forget his culture, because Africans are very strong in cultural beliefs. So you first of all have to understand that your man come from Africa. And then you also have to understand that Africa and Europe is not the same. That a man from Africa will always have responsibilities towards his family home. Because in Africa, children are raised to take care of their family if they are wealthy enough. And also take care of their parents if their parents get old, because Africa don't have a social system like Europe where old people are supported by the government. That is number one, because I know many times it leads into fights in different relationships. I have seen that African men are sending money home to their family. Some German women, some Oyibo women, some white women don't want to understand the fact that that is the responsibility of him, and that no matter how you will discuss with him, you can never change that. It is better for you to be supportive and showing him with that you understand the background where he is coming from. Because if you don't understand the background where your partner is coming from, your relationship can never work. Another thing is, with African men, you can never expect as a white lady that things will be complete equal. African men are raised up in an environment where women respect their man. So if you quarrel with your man, which can happen, it can happen even in any kind of marriage. Quarrel is a normal thing, misunderstanding is a normal thing. Mind the way you address your partner, because the moment you start insulting him, that one is a no-go, and that one will remain in his head. Insult is something African men hardly take from their women. So if you think you must insult your partner, then it is not going to be benefiting you in any way. Another thing is, if you people decide to have children, you need to allow your man to be part of training those children according to his own culture, because African men are borning children to continuing their lineage, to continuing their culture. So if the children are not close to their culture, if the children don't belong to the husband, if the husband have the feeling the children is only living according to Europe rules and cultures, and don't have any relationship to Africa, that man will like later to go home, marry another wife, and born children in Africa to continue his lineage there. So as a white lady, give your husband the chance to teach that child you people have his culture. Another thing we say, many African men want their children to come home to see where the father is coming from, and many white ladies are afraid to take the children home because they say, in Africa it's unhygienic, in Africa things are happening, in Africa there are criminals, in Africa my child can get sick. If you know, say, you cannot allow your man, your husband or your boyfriend or whatever to take your child home, please don't born children with him, because it is very, very important for your child to know that that the father is coming from Africa, that there's another home that child have, because in African culture, children belongs to the father. Children doesn't belongs to the mother. Children are the father own. So if you cannot give the man the hand to take the children to Africa to see for them where they are coming from, then don't be surprised if that man later decides to have